Welcome to the Off Label Podcast, your weekly dose of sanity in an insane world. Look, guys, a lot has happened this week. All right. Let's see. We got AO6 gets an ethics complaint by the libs of TikTok creator Chaya Rychek. And of course, AOC stormed off like a little child. The QAnon shaman was actually released from federal prison early due to what they claim is called good behavior, though I believe it's more related to the footage of release of Tucker Carlson for the January 6th footage there. The Tate brothers were finally released from prison, though they are still on house arrest at this point in time. James O'Keefe may have found massive money laundering from the Democratic Party, but look, make no mistake, the Republican Party probably does it too. And Rep. Jamal Bowen actually had an arguing match with Thomas Massey on the House floor. They were screaming about guns. One looked incredibly foolish. I guarantee you can tell yourself who that is, if you know anything about that. And oh yeah, check this out. There was also a professor that was fired for telling leftist college kids to kill conservatives. That actually happened. All of that, which is great topics to discuss, we're going to put on hold tonight because we got the Trump indictment that actually did happen. We want to go ahead and discuss that. We got the new Restrict Act that has been drafted, and it is a very, very horrifying thing. 60 Minutes joins the list of indoctrination programs. And of course, we will head to Rumble Only to talk about the Nashville situation. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Ashley had to take the night off tonight. Her children are kind of under the weather, and take care of them babies, Ashley. We're here for that. But right now, we have another little special guest that we have joining us. We have Troublemaker Davey from the Off Label, or I'm sorry, not Off Label, but Business Party Podcast. How you doing, Troublemaker?
Good gravy, son. First it was AO6. I mean, I know that's what she has in her pants, so that's the reason her boyfriend likes her. Listen, folks, we are at a crossroads here. We have to come together and stop all this nonsense. We need to stop talking about who's more oppressed and who's been held down the most in history. We're supposed to learn from the history, not repeat it. Segregation was a bad thing. Why are we doing it again? There's no need to do it again. Let's just come together and stop going, well, this person's worse than I am. Well, this person, no, I'm more oppressed. No, you're more oppressed. No, I'm more oppressed. Stop with the oppression Olympics. When are we going to realize that it's not us against us? It's us against them. They're the ones that hold the purse. They're the ones who we pay to, they have our money. Let's stop all this nonsense and realize who the real enemy. They shouldn't be the enemy. They should be listening to us. Just like what Rich was saying. AO6 was confronted by libs of TikTok. And what was her response? You're transphobic. I don't want to talk to you. Excuse me, madam. I'm sorry. The taxes that you pay, that I pay, go to your salary. So you have to talk to me. That's what it says. Mind you, she had what? Oh, security around her. What should be protecting our kids? Security. It doesn't have to be a John Rambo gentleman with all tactical gear like he's just stepped out of Call of Duty. No, it could be just a regular dude. I could be carrying. You never know. I've got a sex and drugs and biscuits and gravy shirt on. If I'm holding, you have no idea. But so let's stop this nonsense and stop being divisive against each other. I've listened to too many TikToks of where people keep talking about what's racist. You're racist. You're white. You're racist. You were born this way. I'm Venezuelan, sir. I don't care. Do you know how Venezuelans treat black people too? Enough. It's us, the money holders, against the people who hold our money or our back pockets. I don't know if I said that right, but anyway, Rich, can you come back here? I was trying.
I was just letting you go, dude. I can understand why Ashley did not want this on her channel for the first story now.
Which part? Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, yeah, okay, here we go.
But I mean, listen, come on. I'm so sick of hearing about, do you know the history of yes, we all know history bad, future good. Let's stop looking at the past and keep going. Well, this is the greatest country in the world. I don't care. We're all, as Kanye would say, new slaves, because we just get up, go to work, pay our taxes, and we get no representation for it. We get
Right.
nothing for it. We're sitting here, you know, I we're sitting here talking about it, but you know, I was looking at my paycheck. They cut my paycheck in half. The taxes and everything they take out of my paycheck is like half my paycheck. You know,
Oh, yeah.
just to watch them, just to sit there and watch the what you call it, the mouthpiece of the president sit there and talk about, you know, these people are under attack nowadays. These people are under attack, spewing out nonsense garbage that we all know is, everything they disagree with is a right-wing talking point.
Mhm.
The sky's blue, sir. That is a right-wing talking point.
Yep.
I'm looking up, ma'am. I don't know what you see, but I see a blue sky. I don't know how that's a right-wing talking point. You know what that is? You know what that is?
Emotional damage.
And a lot of it.
We're doing this tonight, guys. All right, all right, all right. Let's pull this back a little bit here.
Sorry, I wanted to. This has just got me so fired up with how stupid things have become. This is how
I
bored
agree.
we are. This is how bored we are. We're too busy fighting with each other instead of looking on what's going on. And I said this today. I said this today to somebody I work with. I go, dude, I wouldn't have. I was a staunch person for being against conspiracy theories. After 40 years, the CIA finally went, yeah, we did it. We were the ones who offed Kennedy. Anyway, in the news, this transgender, it was like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Great.
Excuse me. Did you just admit the biggest conspiracy theory that people have been fighting over? That families have been torn apart between who killed Kennedy, and you're just going to gloss over that?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, that actually did happen. They did release the Kennedy files. That they're just like, yeah, yeah, we were involved in that. Hey, by the way, yeah, that happened. No, seriously. I actually want to dig into that. I saw that not too long ago, but there's so much there. It's just like the FISA documents and everything. There's so much there, and I was just like, oh my god. So I have to do a little bit of digging into that. But yes, but let's go ahead and get started with this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, all right. So the Trump thing, like the left has been after Trump for so long. Even when he ran for president, when he announced he was running for president, they have been after him. As a matter of fact, it was Rachel Maddow on MSNBC News when he was confirmed to be the next president elect. She literally said, well, this begins the impeachment of Donald J. Trump. They have been after him since he said he was running for president. Mind you, everybody used to love this man. Everybody loved this man before he ran for president. But we're going to look into the indictment here. We're going to give a little bit of a rough outline of how this came to be, how long this has been going on for, and then we're going to show you how it's all bullshit. For as we know right now, because there are 34 charges in this bill or in this indictment, all of it has been sealed until next week, so we can't even tell, and it'll probably be released when he turns himself in on Tuesday. But we'll check that out. We'll see what's going on. We'll give you a roundabout as to how things have played up at this point in time. Where is my mouse? There it is. Let's go ahead and add this. All right. Yappy little dog.
Yeah, I don't. When did you get in here? Zoe, I didn't even realize she was in here. Hold on.
But yeah, all right. So January 12th, 2018, Trump lawyer arranged a $130,000 payment for adult film star Silence. Questionable, especially what we have seen here recently. Trump's lawyer Michael Cohen says he paid Stormy Daniels $130,000 of his own money Trump says he did not know. I'm sorry, that was February 14th, 2018. April 6th, 2018. Trump says he did not know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels. On April 9th of 2018, FBI raids office of Trump lawyer Michael Cohen in Mueller probe. May 3rd, which goes back to a different story altogether, but May 3rd, 2018, Trump acknowledges payments to porn star Stormy Daniels, demands or denies using campaign funds. August 21st of 2018, Michael Cohen, Trump's 4-year longtime personal attorneys, pleads guilty to illegal campaign. By the way, all of this is on Ground News. I'm going to use the Ground News timeline because looking at these bars here, 57% back in January 12th, 57% of left wing was actually talking about this, 26 of center was talking about this, and only 17% of right. I want you all to see how everything is reported switches as this goes along, because all of this is damning to Trump. There's not a lot of right wing spaces talking about it, but left wing are. Central still remains kind of consistent throughout. I want y'all to keep a close eye on that shit as we go along. May 25th, 2021. So there is a 18, 19, 20, 2.5 year gap in this. Okay. Manhattan DA convenes a grand jury expected to weigh in on Trump evidence report. Why is there a 2.5 year gap, though? Okay. That's what I'm questioning in this whole thing. Okay. Longtime personality pleads guilty to illegal campaign fund usage, but he denies that there was uses.
They were too busy trying to impeach him for those 2 years, so they had nothing else to talk about except for impeachment. And then when he was gone, they started their ratings dropping again in 2021 of May of 2021. They went, "Hey, let's put this back in the news because we need money."
Yep. I was going to play into that, but he fucking nailed it.
Oh, sorry.
Is there a reason they coined the phrase conspiracy theory? It's no longer a conspiracy. Yeah. But yeah.
No longer a theory.
But
just a conspiracy.
He nailed it. I was going to play into that a little bit and just give it a whole point of this is when the dude was.
I'm like a bull in a china shop. Just ram it down. Ram it in there.
So yeah, that's what happened within that. March 18th of 2023. Again, we have a huge gap here because of the second impeachment. Let's go ahead and hit his ass off with that. But yeah, that was the second.
But even the center, the center doesn't even care. On the 21st of May 2021, the center don't care. 23, the center, they cared more back in 2018.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. This is what I wanted to bring up with this, and this is what I was talking about before. Like, everything damning to Trump so far is the left-leaning. Center remains pretty constant with what they're talking about, but Republican or right-leaning kind of only goes 16, 17% for the most part. Even in that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's like Manhattan DA convenes grand jury expected to weigh in on Trump evidence, nobody talked about it but the center.
Oh, okay. I get it now. That's okay. Who's talking about it?
Right. Yeah. That's who reports the most about it is left-leaning sources, center-leaning sources, or right-leaning sources. But yeah. On March 20th, 2023, House Republicans seek testimony from Manhattan DA on Trump hush money probe. Okay. They're starting to look into this a little bit more. There's a lot that was found in that the left wasn't even trying to report. There was a lot that actually came up about that the left wanted to memory hole. We actually have two major pieces that blow this out the fucking water from the very beginning. But here's the thing. Look at this. March 20th of 2023, Trump indictment would be unprecedented moment in U.S. history. The left talked about this 25% of all reporting outlets. 71% center in any way, whether it be a little bit left-leaning, a little bit right-leaning. 71% talked about this. Right? Only 4%. That's a telling situation because this right here, this Trump indictment would be unprecedented moment in U.S. history. That was the right side being like, y'all didn't go after this person. Y'all didn't go after this person. Why are you going after Trump right now. And then the left was just like, well, it's because he's breaking the law. We're all catching on. This has to be a process. Let's do this first. Knowing damn well they ain't going to even try to go back after they get what they want out of that. They ain't going to stop. That's the thing. But 71% we're now talking about this because it is true. This is the first moment in U.S. history that a former sitting president has ever been indicted on any criminal charges from when he was president or while he was running. Think about that shit for a minute, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it me or is the left like an abusive ex that just won't leave you alone?
They go beyond that abusive ex.
they just don't stop. And no matter what you tell them and no matter what facts you bring up, they don't care. They have it in their head that that's the way it is, and that's going to be and nothing changes their mind. And it's like, can you just open your mind just a little bit? Just
no.
Little, can you? Because I was watching this live because that's where I love to watch them because it just shows. It's like watching MSNBC all day. It's just watching a bunch of Rachel Maddows and a bunch of Joy Reids just sit there and bark at each other and yell at people and tell everybody that just because your skin is a certain color, you're a racist and all this and that and this and that. And it's like, and then somebody tries to make a valid point. Nope, you're dumb. Nope, that's it. No, I don't want to hear it. It's like that. That's why I said I like to see that the center is, it's the center. But do you know like what publication, like what makes them center?
Okay, so from that, we got Independent, Associated Press, which is kind of questionable to me because Associated Press is actually very left leaning.
Yeah, they've apologized.
A lot of what
they've apologized 97 times in the last 27 minutes. They apologize a lot.
They do actually look into right-leaning sources and they talk about right-leaning things a lot of the time, which is why they are centered in the center category. Okay. Because they will address the things that, conservatives talk about, the points that are brought up in that. They will actually address that and they will fact check as long as it doesn't hurt one side or the other. But ABC News, Toronto Star, I don't know what the fuck a Canada site is doing in center, but but yeah, it's the breakdown of this. These are actual centered articles right here. We got plus 43 other than these, and these are usually like,
you got to bring it back up so we can see.
Oh, my bad. Shit. But no,
okay. There we go.
Right here, yeah. These are usually like your immediate center in the list are usually like local news because they do try to be as centered as possible and unbiased and balanced as they possibly can. You got your left-leaning sources, like I was saying, the Associated Press, Independent, ABC News. You got right-leaning Times of India. I don't even fucking know, dude. But yeah, News Channel 8. These are going to be a lot more localized as far as this is concerned. But yeah, that kind of breaks down.
See what I mean? They're calling Indian TV right-leaning. I don't,
dude. If you don't follow the cult, you're right-leaning. But
that's what I like. I'm just so baffled. Like, it's Indian TV,
right? But yeah, on March 2023, DeSantis slams Manhattan DA. First remark on the potential Trump indictment. Yes, of course, everybody was sitting here talking about DeSantis running. Is DeSantis running? That's still in play as that goes. But the right side was talking about this more than anybody because DeSantis is just like, this sounds a little fucked up at this point. I don't know what you're talking about, but you are dealing with one of my citizens because Trump does live in Florida.
I love how they put Tim Pool. By the way, I like how everybody else has got a thing and Tim Pool's got his sensual face up there. But I love how Tim Pool's a right wing.
Here. Yeah.
I mean, this dude is the most milquetoast guy. Like, there's a lot of stuff that Tim says that infuriates me, but like, he's in the middle. The dude is the most middle person. I mean,
You
and it,
have, if anything, no, I would say if anything, he's more left leaning because a lot of things he does talk about is kind of like old ass left wing
yeah.
viewpoints and everything. But that dude is like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm just telling you what's happening, what I remember. I'm not taking a stance either way. That son of a bitch should be dead at the first on the list, dead center.
Yeah.
But no, they got him right leaning. How the
Well,
fuck is that possible?
that's because he bought Independent Skate Company. He took the logo, and everybody now thinks that it's
The
he's a
Iron Cross.
yeah. Listen, that was a great move for him. Not gonna lie, he's got how long? 30, 40, 50 years of advertising on his back, and he went, yeah, go ahead, take it back. I don't care. Take it back. Take me
Right?
to court. Tell them it's yours. And they, from what I know, they haven't said nothing yet. So, but
Oh
yeah,
hell no. They aren't because they took it away. They were saying, "Hey, this is racist. We don't want to do this anymore." So Tim Pool was like, "Y'all are fucking stupid. There ain't nothing racist about it. I'm gonna use it." And yeah, he got that. Um, I always felt like Tim was more center left, but he did vote Trump in 2020. That has nothing to do with it.
yeah.
I mean, that has not. I voted for Obama. I voted for Trump. I didn't vote for Bush. Yeah, I did the first time.
I always vote for Bush.
Not that Bush. George Bush.
Son of a! I'm an old school kind of guy.
That has nothing to do with who you vote for. I mean, you're more centered if you vote left or right. Left or right, it depends on the person. You are a more centered person if you are looking into the person instead of the policies and bullshit like that. You are more centered because you are more likely to say, "Look, I stand up for Republican, conservative values, but." This son of a bitch running right here for District 14. I don't fucking like him. But I do like the left leaning dude a little bit more. So I'll vote for that guy. You know, that's centered people are actually the most diverse because we look at both points, we look at both sides, and we see it all. And though both sides do have valid arguments, only one side means to actually make sense in all of this for the past 5 years now. But
I've come to be call myself an independent conservative. I'm because I have conservative values, but I'm not with the GOP. I mean, they don't. GOP has no balls. They
no, they
really
don't.
don't. So like I'm and there's some things I agree with the GOP with, and a lot of things I don't agree with them. And people are just using this MAGA thing once again, it's to create division.
Yes.
It's to create division. I'm going to be the president who brings people together is sitting there continuously calling Republicans MAGA Republicans. And the people who are
Extreme MAGA Republicans. Nuclear MAGA.
Yeah. Ultra MAGA. And the people who are on his side, who take his money, Mitt Romney. They're good. They're the good Republicans, the warmongers. The people who like to make money off of war and okay with the money laundering that's going on. They're the good Republicans. But anybody that thinks maybe like the Freedom Caucus does, MAGA Republicans.
I mean, that's been used as anything MAGA. You can just label it MAGA, and everybody's supposed to fucking hate it. That's what it is.
Yeah, facts are now right-wing talking points. Like I said, it's
well, it's not only facts; it's anything and everything that you don't agree with is now MAGA right-wing bullshit. If you're with this left cult, anything that proves you wrong in any shape or form is right-wing MAGA ultra extremist.
So
now there are a lot more people out there that actually do see the difference. I will say that though.
Ashley
a lot more.
Ashley replied to my tweet about her.
Uh-oh.
I tweeted out, Sorry, folks, but I will be sitting in for Freely Ashley tonight because she is on assignment cleaning up a fudge factory explosion. And she put, "This is the rudest way to phrase that my kids are sick."
We love you, Ashley.
We love you.
But yeah,
Um,
also on March 2023, of course, left wing our publication has to come back with New York prosecutors consider charging Trump organization in Cohen hush money scheme. Okay. 3 days later, again, left wing publications. The Center talked about this a lot more, which is surprising. Grand jury will not convene this week in Trump investigation. DA Bragg investigating Trump received a threat letter with white powder on the next day. 50% of center sources were talking about this. Now that goes back to the anthrax scare of what was it, 2003, 2004, something like that. It was after the World Trade Center. I remember that, where everybody was just like stuffing baby powder and shit into envelopes and sending them out. I
yeah,
remember that. I was
like
young as shit back then, but I remember that.
it was like right after 9/11. That was right after 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't long after that.
That was happening before. Was that anthrax? People have been sending shit like that though through the mail for
Right.
a hot minute, just because ever since like ricin and all that stuff has been like invented or became popular at one point. They were sending that stuff through the mail, So,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Because ricин's hard to test for, but yeah. On March 21st of 2023, why does it have this one after what? This should be before that timeline right here. But on March 21st of 2023, bomb threat disrupts New York court where Trump case is being heard. Wright was talking about this more than anybody else. Now, I do remember hearing a bit about that, but there was a bomb threat to stop a committee hearing for this kind of situation. Don't
was it?
remember much about what that happened, but they were trying to stop Alvin Bragg from
But was it
just
about Trump?
steamrolling.
I could have swore I heard it was about. It was just the same building. It wasn't about Trump though. It
No,
was
it
about
wasn't
something.
about Trump at all.
Oh, okay.
That was about Alvin Bragg just trying to steamroll this shit and having public support because left wing sources were talking about this shit. Center got involved in major issues, and then all of a sudden, bomb threat happened. I guarantee you that's not right leaning people who did that in the first damn place. It's probably a left wing or left person because they have been shown to be incredibly mentally disturbed and incredible acts of violence. So probably somebody planted that there to either intimidate or to kind of create a false flag event.
Listen, you're gonna get the news media mad at you because they've been trying to tell us that trans and people of color are the biggest targets from white supremacy. The president
So
even
is
said it
Alvin Bragg
himself.
a trans? Is that what you're trying to get at?
I mean, he does have tits.
No, I just think that situation was more played up because we've seen a lot of Antifa and just radical people on the left just do some shit that's always blamed on the left or the blamed on the right when it happens to somebody on the left, but yet you can have a Republican candidate, and I think it was Pennsylvania, that was almost an assassination attempt happened on screen. Dude walked up with a one of those little knife knuckle things, and wanted to slit his throat on screen, saying, "You're done, you're done." I remember that. I think that was Pennsylvania that had that shit
There
happen.
was two in Jersey. There was
There you
two.
go.
There was two in Jersey. One was a black woman, and one was a Spanish dude. Two Republicans were offed. It might have been three. I think one Democrat too. It's it. Listen, like Tim said, we're probably going into a civil war, and we probably are in one because it's just
We've
getting really bad. Which is once again is
been in
stupid
it.
because we shouldn't be fighting each other.
No, but that's the point of
Yeah.
that. Anyway, March 25th, 2023, Trump says investigations are straight out of Stalinist Russia horror show and first campaign rally. I mean, he's got a point, but the way you worded that is kind of incredibly misleading.
When was the day that Trump said? Well, do we get there? The day that Trump said he was going to be arrested?
Yeah, that was Tuesday of was it this week? Yeah, Tuesday of this week. And then that
This-
didn't happen. And then
Oh, so we haven't gotten there, yeah, because
yeah.
yeah.
But March 26, 2023, Trump lawyer, former president's attack on Bragg was ill-advised. Of course, left-leaning 54%, because was it ill-advised? After everything that we have seen, the dude saying, hey, look, your attack on me is strictly political. Everything that has happened here, we got receipts for, and this is just a witch hunt politically to stop me from running from office. March 25th of 2023. This is fucking surprising as hell. Bill Maher warns charging Trump over hush money probe would be colossal mistake. Rocket fuel for, of course, him running for presidency. 75% of right-leaning sources were talking about this, and I'll tell you why. If Bill Maher gets the shit right and tells you y'all are dumb for this shit, you should probably fucking listen.
And the thing I like about Bill Maher, even though he's a big shill for the left, and I don't say that because he's Jewish, I just use that word. Bill Maher will tell you to go fuck yourself, no matter what. If you tell, well, Bill Maher is shilling for the right or shilling for the left, Bill will just go, I just told you what I told you. Just shut up, and he won't even address it. He'll just go about his day because he knows if you don't say anything and you don't. I mean, he's learned from Jen Psaki. I mean, actually, no, Jen Psaki learned from him. I'll circle back to you, and never circles back and right. Comes back and says anything. So Bill Maher has the right way to do it. Just don't address it. You said it. Oh, well.
I think Joseph Santos is on mine, but I didn't see it pop through here. He'll fight each other because both major parties are trying to change the Constitution so the rights of the people are rendered irrelevant.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
But on March 27th of 2023, Senator talked about this more. Psaki can suck this Psaki.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah.
Manhattan grand jury mulling over Trump indictment set to reconvene. March of 27th again. Most new polls say Trump investigation are fair. I love how the fact that 50% of left-wing sources were talking about this, 42% of center sources, and only 8% of right. It's fair. The Trump investigations are fair. From what we've learned about this so far, motherfuckers, y'all are dumb. Anyway,
I forgot. Trump. Hi, buddy. My life partner's in here. Business Party Podcast. That is Scott, my other half. Who will be? We actually have a big guest on Wednesday. I'm so excited.
Yeah, he's on the Voice of the People one. But yeah, let's see. Trump claims Manhattan DA Bragg already dropped the case against him. Is kind of actually fucking true in some ways because he was just like, there was a whole bunch of backlash and everything, and he's just like, we don't need to look into this at this point in time because everybody's screaming about the of course the crime rate in New York.
Well, so here's what's funny is that okay, on the 27th,
he kind of memory hold, not actually drop the case, he memory hold it. Yeah. But
okay, so the 27th was the day he told everybody he was getting indicted, I believe. Around there. Last Tuesday was 20.
Let me look back. It was Monday.
Okay, so Monday. Monday he told everybody he was getting arrested, right? Everybody ran.
It was either that Sunday or Monday, yeah.
Everybody ran with it. I believe it was Sunday. Everybody ran with it. Everybody was reporting on it. And then on Wednesday, MSNBC was telling everybody that this is what Trump does. Trump is the one telling everybody that he's going to get indicted. Nobody said, Alvin Bragg never said he was getting indicted. Nothing happened. Nobody's indicting him. Nobody's going to do anything. And now look where we are.
It's actually longer than that, but it does go off the date of discovery as far as that's concerned for the statute of limitations.
And when was the date of
discovery from this? Was a long ass fucking time ago.
At least 7 years ago.
No. It's like what 2018. Go back to the first instance. The date of discovery from when they figured this shit out was January 12th, 2018. Now, if you want to point it as to when they were actually trying to say that Trump knew about this, would be roughly August 21st of 2018. Michael Cohen, Trump's spoiler, longtime party, pleads guilty to illegal campaign funds, which is how they tried to tie all this into Trump. So yeah, they knew about this kind of shit since 2018, but they did not say anything about it because of the impeachment that happened around this time until May 25th, 2021. But yes, they knew since 2018. That was the discovery date because if they're talking about Trump acknowledges payment to porn stars Stormy Daniels, denies using campaign funds back in May 3rd of 2018, they knew. Statute of limitations is gone. Isn't that like what is it? 2 to 5, 3 to 5, something like that on this? Statute of limitations is gone.
Yeah. But yeah, so they try to say that Trump did this on purpose. He wanted everybody to be up in arms and up and enraged, and he told everybody to protest and everything like that. And then, it's just him dog whistling to everybody. Nobody said he was getting indicted. And then, I mean, look where we are now.
Right. Mind you, hold on. Where is that? Biden had no comment on Trump indictment. Bragg warns GOP effort to oversee ongoing Trump case is dangerous. Usurpation. Where was it? No, but that was definitely earlier in the week, 27th, 28th. Manhattan grand jury mulling Trump indictment set to reconvene. Most new polls say Trump investigations are fair. Former National Enquirer CEO testifies. And somewhere in there, they're just like, no. Here's the thing. We're going to take a break. We won't be back for a month as far as that goes. And then all of a sudden, a few days later, the indictment is held down. And they're not going to be back for a while.
And you know why, right? Their star witness was Michael Cohen.
Mm-hmm.
A known liar.
Yep.
That's your star witness. Michael Cohen, a known liar who went to jail for lying, is your star witness. That's like having one crackhead be the character witness for another crackhead.
Pretty much, yes.
It's like what are you doing? What, and you're gonna try to get him on this?
Exactly. The indictment has been sealed. We have no idea of the 34 charges that have been brought against him. We won't know until after his ass turns himself in.
But here we
and that's set to what, Tuesday next week?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But like what? So the main charge is what everybody's talking about is this payment that he supposedly made that Michael Cohen already said he made the payment. I made the payment because, I did it because that's what he wanted. Yeah, he didn't tell me that's what he wanted, but that's, when you work with somebody for so long and you just make payments for them. Yeah, because that's what I do. My friends that I know, I know what my friends want, and I'm just going to do what my friends want just because, I know what he wants. I've been his lawyer for 20-some years. Shut up. He didn't. You the one who paid her to not write a book, and then you billed him for it. And how many times is Trump? This is what I'm trying to explain to people also. Trump is an entity. He doesn't single-handedly have his finger in every single little thing. How is it that people let off Anthony Fauci because the NIH, they give so much money to so many different places. How could Anthony Fauci keep track of everybody they give money to. That's part of his job. He works in the government. The government wants to know every dollar and dime goes. Trump has many places with his just name on it with a bunch of people running it. How do you expect him to know every single little thing? But you allow you give the benefit of the doubt to Fauci, who's playing with our money, but not the benefit of the doubt to Trump, who's playing with his own money. It makes my head hurt.
Well, here's another thing too. He said, depending on currently undisclosed charges, there is no statute of limitations. Trump was investigated on 30 counts. Something will stick. I guarantee you, yes, something will. There is something in there that they're going to nail him for, but it's not going to stop him from running for president. It's going to be some bullshit ass, just like, hey, you jaywalked on a Sunday kind of situation. Okay, maybe I'm being hyperbolous as shit. I know that.
You had sex with a stripper on a Sunday, so it's against the Bible. You're a Bible-fearing man, Mr. President. How could you do that on a Sunday?
It's not gonna stop the man from running. But here is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the biggest thing. This blows the whole Stormy Daniels thing out the water, and this is why they're like, hold up, let's stop for a minute. We're gonna reconvene a month from now. Oh yeah, the indictment's already out, but fuck. To whom it may concern, over the past few weeks, I have been asked countless of times to comment on reports of alleged sexual relationship that I had with Donald Trump many, many, many years ago. The fact of the matter is that each party to this alleged affair denies the existence in 2016, 2011, 2016, 2017, and now again in 2018. This was written in January 30th of 2018. I am not denying this affair because I was paid hush money, as been reported in overseas owned tabloids. I am denying this affair because it never happened. I will have no further comment on this matter. Please feel free to please check my Instagram. Blah blah blah. Here's the fucking thing. This bitch has actually said, it did happen. After writing this, she came out and said, yeah, it did fucking happen.
But wait. On her actual Twitter account, she states that she wrote it under kind of a duress where they wrote it out for her, and the reason why she signed it Stormy Daniels is because that's what she said. I signed it under my performer name because of so that way it wouldn't. This is not a sworn affidavit. Bless your heart. This is what I talked about in 2018. So it's not. So this is also not new, whatever tiny things it is either. She says in her book, I was given yet another statement to sign. I sat up and read it. The fact of the matter is that each party to this alleged affair denied an existence in 2006, 2011, 2016, 2017, and now again 2018. The signed statement read, I am not denying this affair because I was paid hush money, as has not been reported in overseas owned tabloids. I am denying this affair because it never happened. I panicked. I admit it. I panicked. I did not know who the Gucci guy was. Was he the one threatening me? Did he have a gun? Even though I knew the statement was completely bullshit, I picked up the pen and signed my name. But I purposely signed it wrong. Stormy Daniels has a very whatever. But yeah, that's why she's saying she made it up.
Here's the thing. The typed version is Stormy Daniels. So it wouldn't be a thing. Well, it could be argued to be a thing if you had signed your real name and not your stage name. Had this had been your real name and you signed it Stormy Daniels, now you have something there. But the fact that your stage name is linked to you and you use your stage name to sign this and it is in your signature, fuck off. Your duress claim is not applicable here. You're trying to say that Trump literally had goons sat out there and they were threatening to beat your ass? Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, because she said it before. She said she had some guy following her, some Italian guy, and she didn't know what he was going to do, and she was scared and all this, blah, blah, blah. I mean, listen, could it happen? Probably, but do you think Trump is Tony Soprano? Is that what she thinks?
I don't fucking know, but it sounds like it. But the fact that this was stated in 2006, 2011, 2016, 2017, and again in 2018, no, bitch, your claim is already moot because if they were to have you sign this in 2018, how do you 27, 2016, 2011, 2006? You think Trump actually had people follow this bitch from the existence of all of this? Come on.
What is he, a Scientologist? And not for nothing, like Scotto says.
You
So
know
that
what?
so that signed note, fuck off and go home. I mean, you could have just signed it SD or SD suck dick, or Daniels or Stormy, or just there's so many ways you could have just signed it instead of your. But I mean, listen, we don't know what mind frame she was in. We don't know. I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to be held liable. But we don't know what she could have been under duress wise or anything else like that. So I mean, we have no idea what her mind frame was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I mean, I'm going to leave it at that, but but yeah,
I
even
gotta
then,
blow my nose.
even then, we got this letter here. Okay, February 28th of 2018. Michael Cohen admitted he paid Stormy Daniels out of his own pocket, and Trump never reimbursed him. So, if you're going to bring Michael Cohen in, what is he going to say? Hey, this is a fucking lie. You've been lying this entire time here, sir. So if this is a lie, everything else must be a lie too. And that's your star witness?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, that's where we are at as far as that is concerned. We will see what happens next week with this. Trump is set to turn himself in on Tuesday, which is what day? That is the 4th. The 4th of next week.
By the way, I love how everybody's trying to make money because I've already seen Trump for jail hats. Meanwhile, the same people were crying about people saying lock her up and calling, people at Trump rallies.
The same people were defending Hillary Clinton, putting out merch saying, but my emails when Trump's Mar-a-Lago home was raided.
You don't think that Trump is going to use his NFT, use his picture to be an NFT to sell more NFTs and made more? This is why I am fiscally responsible with this man, because he just knows me. But yeah, I mean, come on. And you don't think he's going to put out an NFT and raise more money? And by the way, once again, do we not see the pictures of him with the NYPD the entire time he was in New York? Those men love him. You think they're going to be like, oh, Donald Trump? No, they're going to take him in.
They will still take him in, though.
They're going to take him in, but they have to do it with the Secret Service. The Secret Service has to be the ones who kind of take him in, the new NYPD. And what do you think? They're going to take him down to Brooklyn? You think they're going to take him down to You think they're going to take him to Harlem and put him in there? No, they're going to take him to fucking Manhattan in a nice prison cell. They're going to put him someplace. They're not even going to put him in prison. They're going to take him to a nice place.
Do that, dude.
Yeah,
he's going to be released on his own recognizance. It's already been said. So I think that's it. Recognizance.
Recognizance.
Something.
I am not smart.
Words. But yeah, that's where we are standing here. All right. First story down, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving on from here. We got more to talk about. This is a little bit of a dangerous situation that we have gotten ourselves into. There has been a new bill that has been introduced because of the TikTok's ban situation. All that's been a cover. And we're going to talk about the Restrict Act. But for right now, I am cutting the feed here for the Voice of the People YouTube and Twitch channel. We will stay on the Off-Label podcast as far as that goes. Linking it now to you. That is the YouTube. And this is the Rumble. Rumble has, I love Rumble. You guys are awesome with it. Like, you guys consistently pop in and say hi and do shit. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut the feed for all of that, except for the off label on YouTube and the off label on Rumble. Come follow us on all those links, ladies and gentlemen. We got more to bring to you. For right now, we're ending the Voice of the People's channels. Of course, this always takes a second to do because there's a lot to click. Right. So, all right. Let me ask you a question, Davey.
What's up, buddy?
Do you remember Executive Order 14067?
Is that the CBDC one?
Yes. The one that puts us on a digital currency that the U.S. has full control over. And if you do not play ball with them, you are a threat to U.S. interests.
Yeah.
That is a thing. 10 sections. Read it. It's a lot of fluff, but it says you're fucked.
And yeah, call your congressman about all of this. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. You want to know how you get heard? This is how you get heard. And you heard it here first. Nobody else told me this. I thought about this myself. You call your congressman and you tell them that you're going to primary them. If they vote for this, you will primary them and you will vote for the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Could be John Fetterman's twin brother. It doesn't matter. You tell them you are going to primary them if they vote for this, because that's how, in the major election, they don't care. They don't care because if they lose to the one person, they'll put money into this person. They'll put money into that person. Vote for independent. Vote for somebody else. Let them know that you will not vote them in as a primary in the primaries. And I guarantee you'll get their attention. And then do it. If they vote for this, do it. Primary them.
Yep.
That's the only way they're going to learn.
If my representatives, I'm going to say this right now, if my representatives here in Alabama vote for this shit and it goes yes more than it goes no here in Alabama, I'm going to fucking run. Because I'll be goddamned, you sons of bitches. Y'all have to understand. All right. Executive Order 14067 puts us on a global digital currency the U.S. has full control over. Like I said, if you do not play ball with this digital currency switchover, you are a threat to U.S. interests. Now, because of the TikTok situation, I want y'all to see this. Okay, Congress.gov. I'm going to go ahead and send this link to everybody there as well. Look this up. This is the Restricting the Emergence of Security Threats and Risk Information and Communications Technology Act, or the Restrict Act. Okay. They made Restrict and then came up with a name afterwards because y'all sons of bitches. It's literally saying the same thing over and over again, but whatever. Here's the thing. All right. It's 5.5 hours long and it's a lot of drudging on with this shit, but go watch the CEO of TikTok. What is it? Choo Choo or something like that? I know it's a weird name.
Just type in Singaporean and you'll find him. They said it 900 times. Everybody corrected. He's Singaporean. He's Singaporean. All right, relax, people. It's okay.
Right. But go ahead and look up that video. It's 5.5 hours long. There's a lot of, it's mind numbing. It really fucking is. And it just goes to show that our representatives have absolutely no idea what the fuck the internet is, number one. Number two, how any of this interacts with the everyday people, and the things that they say in that are incredibly fucking disturbing. But every single bit of that, all the questions that they ask, all the things that they say in that go back directly to this bill. Damn near every single person that talked in that hearing has something related to this bill. Now, Section 2 in the definitions of this act. Classified national security information. The term classified national security information means information that has been determined pursuant to Executive Order 13526, which the link is right there. Note relating to classified national security information or any predecessor or successor order to require protection against unauthorized disclosure and is marked to indicate such classified status if in documentary form. Okay. So, what this is saying is anything that has deemed classified should not be shown. Okay. Yeah, we've lived through that for however. Let me ask you a question. Why in the fuck do we not know who leaked the Roe versus Wade decision? If this is to stop classified material from being leaked, the Roe versus Wade decision was the only thing that was ever leaked from our Supreme Court throughout its entire existence. Why are we not talking about that? You want to go after this shit. Why are you not going after that? Anyway, of course, controlled holdings. The term controlled holdings means a holding of power which direct or indirect, and whether exercised or not exercised to determine direct or decide important matters affecting an entity. An entity is anything that they want it to be. The term covered holding, now, like I said, keep that in mind. Entity is everything that they want it to be. Covered holding means regardless or how, when such holdings or will be obtained or otherwise come to have been held, a controlling holding held directly or indirectly in an ITCS covered holding entity, anything that they want it to be, by a foreign adversary, an entity subject to jurisdiction of or organized under the laws of a foreign adversary, or an entity owned, directed, or controlled by an entity described by subparagraphs 1 or 2. Okay, so a foreign adversary, anything that the foreign adversary owns, or anything that we say that foreign adversary owns because they have any kind of tie to anybody we deem as a foreign adversary. Anything. B includes other holdings of structure which design or intend to evade, circumvent the applications of this act subject to regulations prescribed by the Secretary. Covered transaction. This is where I said Executive Order 14067 comes into play.
But let's not gloss over that really quickly. Where was that? So
What?
the one you just said includes other holdings, the structure in which design are intended to evade or circumvent the application of this act. That they're talking about is a VPN. If you have
Yes.
a VPN, you will be fined or imprisoned. So you're not allowed to use a VPN.
And simply put, why that is a problem is because a VPN takes my IP address that is recorded on the internet. The upstream for this stream right here is recorded. They know where it comes from. If I set a VPN to set my address anywhere outside of the United States, that is foreign adversary, that is foreign control.
And you are now an enemy of the state.
Hello?
686 equals Orwellian was right, and that is super cliche to say, but god dang.
Yeah. But anyway, the covered transaction, this is where I say 14067. This is the thing. That was signed on March 9th of 2022. I had brought it up to you guys before. All right. Term covered transaction means a transaction in which entities described in subparagraph B has any interest, including through an interest in a contract for the provision of technology or services, or any class such of transactions, covered entities, an entity described in the sub paragraphs, or again, foreign adversary or anything linked to them. Okay, transaction. Hey, guess what? The Sony PlayStation Network has ties to a lot of foreign entities, and some of them are our adversaries. So they can block transactions for your PlayStation, your Xbox. They can block transactions for your mobile devices. They can block transactions for that simply because they deem them to be a foreign adversary. Therefore, we must cut off their money supply. This was never about TikTok. Ashley, you were right. This was never about TikTok. She brought it up to me. She's just like, a long time ago when this came up, she was just like, dude, this is not about TikTok. I'm just like, come on, hold up. No. With everything here, she's like, no. She even called it straight up. She told me there was going to be something in this that comes up where they're just going to use the TikTok ban thing to push through something like this.
Ooh, I got a question.
100% correct.
I got a question. I got a question.
Losing power. What?
How many times in this bill is TikTok said?
Let's see, shall we? F. Say TikTok. Oh, what is that? A total of 0. 0 fucking times.
Yeah. 0, folks. No times in the TikTok act or the Restrict Act.
No, yeah, the Restrict Act. There is a TikTok ban act out there that is just saying get rid of TikTok from all devices here in the United States. Yes. Then this one was trying to sneak by under that same guise.
And 0 times. Remember that, folks. 0 times. I have a very good video when you get a chance. I don't know if you could see what it's called at the bottom.
Okay, let's do it.
Hold
on, let me bring this full screen.
Let's see, folks. What is this?
Today, people and businesses expect to make and receive payments at the click of a button, any time of the day, every day of the year. And most expect their financial institutions to offer or support payment services that meet the speed and convenience they seek. In fact, 3 in 4 businesses and 2/3 of consumers surveyed think it's important that their bank or credit union offer faster payments. Financial institutions interested in meeting these demands can use the Federal Reserve's upcoming FedNow service to build innovative payment offerings that can help them retain and attract customers and avoid losing out to the competition. With the FedNow service launching in 2023, the time to start preparing is now. What can financial institutions do to get ready? A bank or credit union should first get a sense of the demands and trends in the market. Let's take a look at how one financial institution might do this. Meet Jill, the CEO of Community Bank. Jill keeps a close eye on Community Bank's customer retention rates. She was surprised to see new research showing that nearly 2/3 of businesses and 1/3 of consumers indicated they would factor access to faster payments into future decisions on whether to switch financial institutions. Jill and her team looked at their own customer transactions and discovered an increasing number of customers moving funds to alternative payment services, such as digital wallets and mobile payment apps. This corresponded with a noticeable decline in customers' deposits and accounts at Community Bank. They knew they had to take action. Jill and team reviewed.
Hold on.
Jill's team started assessing the needs of their customers. They looked at available customers.
I want y'all to understand what they just said. They just literally said, "Hey, we are introducing this because other forms of payment are being used and it is cutting out the banks altogether. Now we need to act on this." That is exactly what the fuck they just said.
Literally.
Let's go back. Hear it again. I mean,
Let
you
me-
reminded it a little bit, so go
Okay.
ahead. Right there.
Did I rewind it or did I fast forward it?
I don't know if you're playing it on Twitter. You might have fucked up.
Yeah, I might have.
Twitter has
Hold
been
on.
having a problem. Send me the link.
Okay, hold on.
That real quick. But yes, that is a hold the fuck up.
Where's Discord?
Discord.
There you go.
Link. All right.
I think it was about a minute in.
Okay.
Oh, we can't hear it.
Fucking hell. Stop screen. I got to redo all that. No, video file. What the hell? Present. Share screen.
I think we were like a minute and a half in.
Let's go back.
The team learned that their small business customers want tools to better manage cash flow.
Listen
For
closely.
many, this means
Go back a little bit more. No, I think we're at about a minute and a half.
it also means being able to understand how the service will work and how to prepare for
Here we
it.
go. All right.
Going.
They also learned about instant payment use
Now,
cases,
hold on. We'll just go here.
including account-to-account transfers, bill pay, and person-to-person transactions. These resources sparked ideas for solutions they could create using their internal technology or work
You mean like a central bank digital currency?
working with third-party providers to leverage the FedNow infrastructure. Next, Jill's team started assessing the needs of their customers. They looked at available customer data, conducted surveys, and talked to customers.
Listen.
The team learned that their small business
I told you it was back while.
cash flow
No. This is perfect. This is
Okay.
Listen to this right here. This is what I was talking about.
want tools to better manage cash flow. For many, this means being able to send bills and receive payments more efficiently. It also means being able to precisely time their own payments to suppliers. Also important to their customers is being able to instantly transfer funds from an account held at another institution to their account at Community Bank and vice versa, and then being able to access those funds immediately. With these insights in hand, Jill and
Now, I want to put this in perspective for you. Okay, look, hold up. Follow this slowly here. The flow of money comes from your community bank, right? You make a payment. The credit union pays into FedNow. FedNow pays the community bank. Community bank goes to the credit union and then to your company. These motherfuckers, your credit union, your community bank, are tracking every single thing that goes into it before it comes to you. And because this is done digitally, they're like, oh, fast, instant payments, and everything is recorded.
But that's how they sell
Every
it.
penny.
That's how they
Every
sell it,
penny.
though. That's how they sell everything. It's more convenient for you. We'll have your check to you 2 days earlier. We'll get this to you faster. We'll get this to you. It'll be a lot easier. You know, all those pesky bank fees that you pay, no more bank fees, because you know why? We know your direct deposit will be there for you 2 days earlier.
Yep.
And people will be like, well, oh, I don't have to pay those silly bank fees anymore. Sign me up. And then the next thing you know, you can't buy pizza because you have to get on a scale and you weigh too much, or you use too much heat this month, or you use too much air conditioning this month.
Yeah. Global warming? Oh, What was it? What was it with
Stoves?
the smart thermometer or smart thermostats
Yep.
in certain areas? It was shut off
Oh, in
because you
California.
opted in. Yeah, you opted in for that. Hey, save money on your bill, which literally turned into we can turn your shit off if you want to.
Dude, I've seen this since what was it? Progressive came out with that little thing you could put in your car, and your deductible will go
Yeah,
down. And I'm going,
it
all they want
watched
to do,
everything you fucking did.
all they want to do is know where you went. And then what they ask you, if you notice, they ask you how many miles do you drive a year? And you have to estimate. And everybody says, well, I only drive like 1,000 miles. Meanwhile, you're driving 17,000 to work every year.
Right.
So now they go, oh, sorry, sir. You said you only drove 1,000. You only drove 1,000. You drove actually 15,000. You owe us this amount of money for the difference. And this is, or we will take away your insurance. Or, sir, or you get into an accident and you go, and they go, oh, sorry, you were speeding. We can't pay this for you. You're out of luck.
Right.
Do you think anything the government does to help actually helps? No.
Never. Never. They're there to literally. I tell this to people all the time. It's literally the whole government has you bent over, chained over a barrel, bent over, and they are literally effing you in the A with no lube, making you argue over who's the better grapist. That is literally what's happening here. But we're going to finish this off a little bit.
With these insights in hand, Jill and team developed estimates of potential instant payments used across their customer base, made revenue projections, and analyzed potential growth in their deposit base. Encouraged by the results, they continue to explore ways to build on their business case.
Hold on. Notice how they're putting this off. This is about your growth.
Right.
Look how quick and easy we can get your money to you. Look how
Everything is instant.
This is for you. This isn't for the banks. The people that just went down and we bailed them out, and they're telling you it's not a bailout yet. When these big banks buy these other big banks out, and then they take tax exemptions or tax money and give it to the new bank that owns them, and so that way they can fund their stuff. Oh, we didn't bail the little bank out. We gave money to the other bank for tax purposes. Everything that people keep saying, tax the rich. Well, we got to help this bank out. Notice the wording.
What was it? It was hidden not too long ago. Like there were banks buying other banks, like debts or something like that. I forget exactly what the fuck it is called, but that would say it's like as soon as Central Valley Bank and Swiss Bank and everything started to collapse, other banks were buying up the debt and then trying to hide all of that as far as records are concerned. And now you got like JP Morgan, you got Wells Fargo, PNC, all of these are having problems as well. Guess what? It's because they don't play ball with this situation. They bought up the debt of everybody else. Their debt skyrockets. There's no way of paying any of that shit the fuck back because they start taking a hit. They start going under. And all of this because I will bring it up.
And they write it off as a loss.
Executive Order 14067, ensuring responsible development of digital assets. They are crashing our economy. They are making your faith in the American dollar, the paper money, fucking worthless. So they can put you on this. Everything is done through your phone. Everything is done through a little chip, whether it be in a card or whether it be in your skin. Everything is done through that. Everything is tracked right down to the last penny. Now, any debt, public or private, is written on our currency. I give my wife $100 for the bills. That's a private debt. Yet that will be tracked.
And guess
Because
what?
they
And
have
guess
full control over digital currency.
and then guess what? Guess what you're gonna get on that? Guess what you're gonna get on that? Guess. Oh,
You
you're
ain't
gonna
gonna
get
get
taxed. You're gonna get taxed on it, just
Yep.
like what they're trying to do with all the Venmo, Cash App, everything like that. So you not only do you get taxed when you
Got a
get
great
paid,
point.
you get taxed when you get paid, you get taxed when you buy stuff, you get taxed when you pay your bills, when your bills come in, because there's a tax on all your water and everything like that. So now with your central bank digital currency, when you put the money into another account, guess what they're gonna say? You put money into a different account, they're gonna tax you on that, or you paid your wife, they're gonna tax you on that. So guess what, folks? There's just another tax.
Yep. And here's the thing. Here's the big thing of it all. What is affected by this? Okay. What is affected by what he just said? Critical infrastructure. The term critical infrastructure has a meaning given term in sections 1016E of the USA Patriot Act. There's your link to everything that the government was given to spy on American citizens was done under the USA Patriot Act because, hey, we're looking for anybody who is deemed a threat, any terrorist that we label. Number one, you're a terrorist if you stand up to this shit. The dude in the bathroom, it's a situation where his daughter got essayed in the bathroom by a boy in a skirt, and he went to the parent teacher conference, got pissed off because they knew about it and tried to cover it up. Now he's a threat to U.S. interests. He is a fucking terrorist. USA Patriot Act allows the government to spy on that man. Now, the term entity means any of the following were established in the United States or outside of the United States: a firm, a government agency, government department, or government commission, a labor union, a fraternal or social organization. You get together with your friends, you call yourself, hey, we're going to call ourselves the Drinking Buddies. Guess what? You're now a social organization. A partnership, a trust, a joint venture, a corporation, a group, subgroup, or other association or organization, whether or not organized for profit. Every single thing is covered under entity. Every single thing where more than one person is involved is covered under this entity clause.
Oh, it just hit me. It just freaking hit me. Why do you think he wants everybody to unionize?
Good point. Good
Why do you-
fucking point.
Why do you think he wants everybody to unionize?
Because they have full control over it. Holy shit. I mean, you're fucking right on that. You are 100% right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Now, see, here's the thing. Foreign adversary means any foreign governments or regime determined by the secretary. We have a little clip over who they say the secretary is, pursuant to sections 3 and 5, to engage in long-term pattern or serious instances of conduct significantly adverse to the national security of the United States, or the security and safety of the United States person, and includes, unless removed by the secretary pursuant to section 6, the People's Republic of China, of course, including Hong Kong and
Hong
Mako
Kongs.
special.
I want to go there.
That Hong Kong, whatever the fuck.
Somebody come get her. She dancing like a stripper. Somebody come get her. She.
I want to go there. Hong Kongs.
The Republic of Cuba. I wonder why Cuba. Wait, isn't those people that are those immigrants that are trying to escape an oppressive government that are actually seeking asylum and they are turning them away. Aren't they from Cuba too?
See, and
The-
they're more than likely to be Republicans. That's why they don't want the Cubans here. They want the Cubans to stay far away because the Cubans know what this regime is like. Mexicans, they are saying, "Come on in, come on in." Yeah, no, they don't want the Cubans here because the Cubans already know what this is like.
Sir, that is racist.
What? I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not allowed. I can't listen. According to TikTok, I can't be racist. I could be prejudiced, prejudiced, but I can't be racist because it's. Shut up.
No, but the Islamic Republic of Iran, which kind of understandable because we've always had a problem with the Middle East, yet it is with the same people that we put into power and fund, and then all of a sudden we have Desert Storm, and then all of a sudden we have the War on Terror. All of a sudden there are nuclear weapons and Saddam Hussein. That's a different rabbit hole. Anyway, the People's Republic of Korea, because Kim Jong Un, who is the son of Kim Jong Il, who has weapons that are pointed at the United States and the sanctions that they're bitching about that they have complied with, yet their people are fucking starving for. Granted, Kim Jong Un is a psychotic piece of shit.
The
The
man
people are
killed his own
starving
uncle.
because of us.
The man killed his own uncle.
I mean, yes.
And
But-
his sister's like the little Chinese girl from Kill Bill who just wants to kill people. His sister's just like that. I think her sister killed her own brother or something like that. They're a
But
crazy bunch.
The people under that regime, whether they like it or not, whether they are against it or not, is still suffering because of what we do to them. That was my point.
Listen, if you don't see the movie The Interview, you're missing out because that movie is amazing. Our margaritas gay, Dave.
Which Kim invented the cheeseburger. I mean, that was yeah, The Interview. You guys got to see that because that shit is
It's
great.
such a great movie. Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Of course, it's the Russian Federation because
And to answer his question, it was Kim Kardashian. You see that meat behind her?
Oh, yeah.
this is what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the Bolivian Republic of Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. So if Moros here is no longer in control of Venezuela, does this point become mute?
No,
Because if it's not under his regime anymore, like we're under Biden's regime, if it's not under his regime, does this get stricken down? Is Venezuela up for playing ball because they led the way for all this shit? I mean, their economy crashed just like ours. Their Venezuelan dollar, I don't even know what it is, but they crashed just like ours.
listen, anybody under Texas is a peso. Okay, doesn't matter. I don't care.
That's kind of fucked. But the term holding means an equity interest, a stock, a security, a share, a partnership interest, an interest in a limited liability company, a membership interest, or any participation right or other equivalent, however designed, of any character, and includes without limitation any security convertible into any ownership interest and right, warrant, or option to acquire ownership interest. Now, all of this is equity interest, a stock, security, share, everything puts into like maybe it's a business thing. Maybe that's what it's related to. If I don't buy stocks, I don't have interest in it, right? Wrong. Without limitation, any security convertible into any ownership interest and right, warrant, or option to acquire ownership interest. Do you want to buy a TV, bitch?
Who makes the security convertible though? Is that a Mustang? What
No.
the hell does that mean? Security convertible. Is that a GMC, a Toyota, Ford? What is that?
I mean, I honestly don't know. That real quick. Let's look at them. It's an IRA thing. Convertible security is a financial instrument whose holder has the right to convert it into another security of the same issuer. Okay, so yeah, you buy a
Oh,
stock into something
so
under
if
a
you're going to
security
move
blanket,
your
you'd
IRA
have
to
the right.
gold, is that what it is?
Basically, I guess. Convertible securities specify the quantity, terms, and price at which it can be converted at pay in periodic fixed amount. Coupon payment for convertible bonds and a preferred dividend of convertible.
So I guess your 401k.
Yes, because they switch up as
Yeah.
defined by the. So yeah, as defined by the market, they switch up with that. So yes, your 40. You sons of fucking bitches. I'm glad you asked me that fucking question because I I didn't.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
your
But yeah,
401k, the term holding, yeah, it makes sense now. Your 401k because they take your money and they put it into stocks. So technically you're not holding the stocks. You have a 401k that's holding the stocks. And now here you go. If so facto, bend over.
pretty much. Now, a holding entity. Entity that owns, controls, or manages information and communications, technology products or services. Okay, information and communications. That is everything that we are doing right now. Anything that has your bank information, anything that you call somebody on, anything that you have any kind of conversation with other than face to face, that
That's
falls
not
under
even
that.
secure because your phone hears you.
That's what I'm saying. That falls under
So
that.
not even face to face. You
Oh,
literally have
good
to be in
point.
the middle of the ocean for it. Like you have to be a mobster. Basically, now we're all gonna have to turn into mobsters and live on the coast and have conversations like that.
Right. If you don't want the government to know what the fuck you're talking about. Yes. But has not less than 1 million United States annual active users at any point during the year, period, whatever, for which more than 1 million units have been sold to the United States. Let me ask you a question. How many motherfuckers use QuickBooks? Or let's even go this route. How many people use TurboTax? Because when you go to H&R Block, you go to whatever the fuck they are at your local Walmart or something to get your taxes done. You do realize they use TurboTax, right? They have access to that. Right? Anything. Okay, so if you don't
Facebook
have a
Marketplace.
million users. Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace, they have access to it. So if you're sitting there trying to buy your kid some underwear or something like that, or you're trying to buy some lacy thong now on Facebook Marketplace, probably gonna try to tax you on that shit too. This is
Yes.
just fucking ah.
Let's see. Relevant executive department heads of means Secretary of Treasury, Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Attorney General, Homeland Security, United States Trade Representative, Director of National Intelligence, Administrator General Services. Way too many fucking people involved here. Chairman of Federal Communications, and the heads of other executives or department and agencies as appropriate.
So Scott, we were kind of right.
As appropriate. Number one, that also means, hey, Zuckerberg, you have some shit going on. How about you be part of this board? Ella Irwin, how about you be part of this board? Or who is the new CEO of YouTube? I forget who it is. It's not Susan Wojcicki anymore, but whatever. Hey, you're part of this board because it is appropriate. Because funds travel through your shit. Are you starting to understand the problem with this yet? It's not what they're trying to line up in this. It's how they word it. It's how they sneak this shit in. It's how they leave it so broad in the very last claim of everything so that whoever they deem appropriate now has access.
Neo Mohan is the name of the new CEO.
Yeah. Wasn't that that was the dude that was in charge of the apocalypse shit that went down on YouTube, where
Uh,
advertisers were just like, well, we can't put you here because when you get the strike here, yeah, your advertisers don't want to be linked to this because it's a general cause. We have control over yeah, that was the apocalypse shit, where a lot of big name, especially in the right, a lot of big name YouTube creators were shut down and their ad revenue had decreased dramatically just because they were labeled a certain way. Yep. Anyway, now there was what section 5 of this is another thing that I wanted to bring up. You guys definitely look into this shit. Definitely read it. And I want every single person that goes in here and reads this to think in the back of your mind, take all the fancy words out, take all the bullshit out, read in the back of your mind anywhere that they say where we deem appropriate or other entities or other this or and anything else. Keep in the back of your mind, they're talking to you about you. All right, considerations here. Priority information and communications technology areas in carrying out with section 3 and 4, the secretary shall prioritize evaluation of information and communications technology. Any damn thing that connects to the internet, any damn computer, any damn phone, anything, or services used by a per party covered transaction in a sector designed as critical infrastructure in Policy Directive 21, February, whatever. A software, hardware, or any other product or service integral to telecommunications products and services, including, hold the phone right there, software, hardware, or any other product or service integral to telecommunications. Guess what? It means your Windows program, your Apple's program. That means your iOS. That means the Android system. That means anything that runs on a silicone chip that you access the internet with or make a phone call to talk to somebody that's not there in front of your face. And then even still, they have access to it because it is on your person. They can do whatever they want. Now, of course, this goes on to say they have control of wireless local area networks. Whatever is running on your wireless at home, they have full control over. They can look into anything connected to that. Mobile networks, you set up your mobile hotspot. Guess what? They now have control into anything that connects to that mobile hotspot. Satellite payloads. And guess what? Motherfuckers, hold on. Motherfuckers with Starlink, um, those other satellite internet companies, HughesNet, shit like that. Yeah, that's you. But what?
Um, so in the infrastructure bill, what is one of the things that it's included in the infrastructure bill?
Satellite internet.
5G internet for everybody for free.
The Starlink that Musk is using.
That's
They were
all.
trying to get their grubby little hands on that too.
That's all included in the infrastructure bill. So mobile networks. Hey guys, we're going to give you 5G network for free. It's the plot of The Kingsman, where the guy gives everybody a cell phone and now everybody's controlled by the cell phone. That's what this is. This is literally The Kingsman. So they are in charge of the internet. So here you go. We gave you free internet. Give us everything. Nothing's free, people, for frick's sake.
They also have control of satellite operations and control. They also have full control over cable access points, wireline access points. Okay, this is also your home telephone and fiber connections. core networking systems. Okay, so your hubs like Google, your hubs like Amazon, anybody that offers any kind of ISP so you can access the internet, they're demanding full control over. Long, short, backhaul networks, or edge computer platforms. Every other fucking product on the goddamn market that uses a silicone chip. Don't get it twisted. Of course, any software or hardware products service integral to data hosting or computer services that use processes or retains or is expected to use, process, or retain sensitive personal data with respect to greater than 1 million persons in the United States at any point during the period, blah, blah, blah. Any popular, any application whatsoever that has more than 1 million users, we have access to. Microtransactions in your games, your little fun game. A game takes off, they have access to. And that's brought up later on in that too, where they talk about gaming platforms. They talk about like Steam. They talk about like Discord. They talk about everything that has anything to do with money. Of course, your internet hosting services, cloud-based or distributed computing or data storages, machine learning, predictive analytics, data services, including those of provisional assets, party utilized, managed services, content delivery services like Netflix, internet or network enabled sensors, webcams, endpoint surveillance or monitoring devices. Anything that uses a ISP, anything that uses actual what is that? The 192.168.1.1 shit. Your internet protocol, IPv4 connections. Okay,
IPv4,
your
IPv6.
Yeah, IP address. There we go. That's what I was reaching for. Anything that uses an IP address can now be tracked, maintained, and controlled by them. I have a network camera system. Each camera runs off a different IP address. They have access to that shit. Whew. Yeah. Desktop applications, mobile applications, gaming applications, your Steam, your Epic, payment applications, PayPal, Venmo, parallel economy, or web-based applications. Web-based applications, anything that connects to the goddamn internet. Yeah. Hold the fuck up. And it even goes into the quantum key distribution, which quantum computing is not that fucking far away. Artificial intelligence, like your Midjourney, shit like that, they have control over. Synthetic biology, biotechnology.
They go, they, they, they're gonna have access to your bionic arm when you have one.
Yeah. And
It's gonna be-
all
be
of
like
this
little Nicky.
because TikTok is harmful to a child's brain. Why the fuck is your child on TikTok in the first place, motherfuckers? But yeah, you guys definitely need to look into this. It's a good read. It's never says anything about TikTok. It just says we have full control over anything digital. Because we need to police your speech, ladies and gentlemen. What about the YouTube and the Twitter censorship, the Facebook censorship? We need to police that. We don't want that misinformation getting out there, even though that misinformation becomes true anywhere between 3 to 6 months now. But we can't let that getting out there anymore. Rumble will be affected. They want full fucking control, and that's what the Restrict Act does.
OnlyFans will be affected.
It is, yes. It is every single fucking thing you do, other than face-to-face conversations with no devices around, every single thing you do, they want full control over. That's the main takeaway you all need to have with this shit. Everything you do, it's not about TikTok. Ashley called it right. It's not about TikTok. It never has been about TikTok. It is about you and control over you. Get your fucking congressman, get everybody on the phone and tell them absolutely not. If you vote for this shit, you're out. You are a threat to U.S. interests at that point. If you vote for this, you are a threat to U.S. interests because this goes against everything in our Constitution. Everything breaks that. Why? Because we have a right to privacy. And they're trying to take that. We have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Oh no,
This
I heard
takes that.
I heard today somebody said we had the pursuit of life, liberty, and property.
I'm sorry. Bill Gates has a point, dude. Bill Gates has a point. There are way too many stupid people on this fucking planet.
I heard
They
that.
drain our resources. They put a burden on society. I'm sorry. Bill Gates has a point. But I got one more thing. All of this. Now, this comes from, of course, Business Party Podcast. I'm going to highlight them for a second with this video. They're the ones that found this. I want y'all to see this. I'm going to put this full screen and nothing but this. Listen to what this bitch says. Listen to how this interaction goes down. I need to, yeah, okay, we're here. But yeah, this is the bitch that's going to head all this up.
Madam Secretary, you were in Congress in the 116th Congress, correct?
Yes.
And you were a supporter of the Green New Deal?
Yes, I ran on that.
You co-sponsored it.
Yes.
You said, and I quote, "I 100% support a Green New Deal."
Yes, I ran on that when I had my first campaign in Congress. Yes.
Are you aware the Green New Deal bans fracking?
Congressman, if I could just say,
It's a yes or no.
I am aware of whatever the Green New Deal had at the time.
Huh? Let me put it back to that. You're aware of what the Green New Deal had at the time. But that was in there from the very beginning.
She's not. Let's make her. She's not going to be the head of everything, but she's one of the people that they said can be head because she's part of one of the heads of the departments that they listed in that thing.
Yeah, Secretary.
But
of
this-
the, yeah, Interior, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, let's continue a little bit here.
However many years ago that I signed on to it.
It does.
She co-sponsored the bill.
Yep.
Exactly.
And how long ago was
she
it?
had some hell of staffers, man.
Yeah.
She's just like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Cal.
And she co-sponsored the bill, and now she's going. And it was it 3 years ago, 4 years ago, not even. And all of a sudden now she's like, I got brain
Right.
freeze, sir. Not there.
Now, I wanted to highlight that point right there because who was it? Lindsey Graham should have brought this up too.
Yeah, she had no idea. I don't remember, sir. And she kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you for the question, Senator. Thank you for the question. Thank you for the." And she, I have no idea. I didn't you run it? Not only did you run it, you co-sponsored it. I don't know.
I think it was this one, Jesse Waters. Yeah. No. Hold up. This one. Let me unmute this.
All 55 pages.
Hey, Joe, that was me.
And if you remember, the Patriot Act was used and abused by the
All I hear
government.
is knuck.
Did the United States Senate just say we're going to protect you from China by spying on you?
Where is this? The whole.
Let's try to get some answers out of the Senator Lindsey Graham, who supports this and is here now. You got to be kidding me, Senator. Did you read this?
Yeah, I don't think I support the Restrict Act.
You don't support this because you were named as one of the supporters, because this is garbage.
Uh-oh, this doesn't look too good for Lindsey. Looks like he's surprised about what he's talking about on what he thought was going to be a softball.
Mind you, I guarantee you guys can see that there is a hair coming out of his nose. But yes, this motherfucker literally went on Fox News like, yeah, the TikTok restrict or the TikTok ban, and they're like the Restrict Act. I don't know, but it was your name on this motherfucking bill, you son of a bitch.
This is what we try to say. They're all fucking garbage. They're all fucking garbage. They don't read anything. This is why bills of 4,700 pages, because they don't know. They have no idea. This is why they give it to them 3 minutes before it happens. They don't know. They don't care. They say, how much do we get? And boom, signed. Listen, I could trust Lindsay Lohan for a couple things that Stormy Daniels I can trust her for.
Never trust the Lindsey Graham or Lohan.
I mean,
No,
Lindsay Lohan will bring you the Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, these are the people that we put into office. I want you to understand this. These are the, like, you could sit there. Lindsey Graham has been there for office forever. Why the fuck haven't y'all gotten him out yet? Oh, well, he's better than what runs against him. Okay. So you dumb sons of bitches, are you going to sit there and literally tell me that you've got nothing better?
This is why I say primary.
I guarantee you every single person out there watching right now is better than Lindsey Graham. This son of a bitch walks in, signs his name to everything, and just leaves, apparently. And then goes with his little think tank to be like, oh, well, you caused a problem here. Your name's here. Let's literally try to sit there and think of how we can walk this back for you.
Are you saying it should be Lindsey McConnell or Lindsey McCain? Is that what it should be? Lindsey McCain just come in, just sign his name to something and just leave?
Anybody. Every single one of them. There are very few and far between that are actually good in our government right now that are actually trying. And they're the ones that are demonized on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, Marjorie Taylor Greene had her damn Twitter account suspended because of the Trans Day of Vengeance shit, because she reposted that little thing calling all that out. She had her shit suspended. And the news wrote it off as she was calling for violence.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, real quick, they were suspending any account that put up that flyer is what they were doing. But once again, she was the one who was saying, look at what they're doing. She wasn't the one calling for it, and they turned it around, just like, we'll get into that on Rumble, because there's some choice words to have, but...
Oh, yeah, Rumble's going to be a thing, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Rumble's going to be fire.
I'm going to like walk ourselves back from the edge every time.
I'm gonna have to apologize to Ashley right now. I'm not going to try to burn your account down, but it's going to get real.
It's a Rumble thing. Rumble's a whatever situation. We both had that agreement there. So, yes.
But yeah. So, yeah, you're completely right. She got her account suspended for posting what was going to happen, and they turned it around, and they said that she was, even that little cuck Adam Kinzinger. Boy, do I not want somebody to grab him by his shoulders and make his eyes pop out of his head more than Adam Kinzinger. Okay, he is the biggest.
Hold up. No,
what?
We can't be.
What happened?
We can't be saying anything. Like
I didn't
that,
say.
dude.
I said grab his shoulders and made his eyes pop out. I didn't say anything wrong.
That is inciting violence.
It's not inciting any violence. I didn't grab anybody by the shoulders. Listen, you ever grab somebody by the shoulders and grab them really hard? This is a lady at my job who does that to me. It makes my eyes pop out all the time. She comes up behind me, grabs my shoulders, makes my eyes pop out of my head. So I'm just saying.
Nice recovery.
I'm just saying, because he's just sitting there because apparently she did a 60-minute interview, interview with 60 Minutes, and he's gone, really? 60 minutes? This is what you're doing? This is who you're... It's just the people who are talking about dictators and fascists are the ones who are the fucking fascists. I'm sorry, but that is what is happening. You're calling for people to not have their voices heard and for people to not be able to speak the truth, whether you like it or not.
Right. All right. So this is going to be a hard segue. I don't know how to take this into what we're going to be talking about here today. So let's just jump into the next topic then. Ladies and gentlemen, as Davey freezes up and tries to hide behind his mic, ladies and gentlemen, meet the new Indoctrination Center for your children. Let's go ahead.
We didn't assign a gender at birth.
I'm letting this little person be who they want to be.
It is an experiment. What they're doing is unprecedented.
On 60 Minutes.
You can't tell what your gender is by looking at your body.
What are some of the biggest challenges?
Strangers in the street have had quite a strong response. Why are you so obsessed? Why didn't you need to know?
We're not trying to eliminate gender. It's really helping kids find their own path to it.
Sunday on 9 and 9 now.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch.
I've got a lot of words that I cannot say on YouTube about this. By the way, people who at 60 Minutes mentioned can reply.
Oh yeah, I love when they do that. That's my favorite. People put up the stuff and only allow people who they mentioned to reply to them. I love that. They have no problem being retweeted and said something about. I honestly believe that all these people just go on Twitter, say whatever they want, and then just don't even look at it. They don't even care.
Of course.
They just say whatever they want, and then they go, "Oh well."
Now here's the thing: if you speak out against it, they're definitely going to use that. And then you get hit articles where they mentioned, "Oh, just because you're tired of this shit, you're fed up, you are pissed, and you're a right-wing extremist, you're a terrorist," ladies and gentlemen. But I do have a wireless headset on. Tell me what you think about this, brother. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
So what I think about what? This? About the babies?
The babies, all the shit.
It's propaganda. It's propaganda. Since the beginning of time, we have known what biology says. Who is a man? Who is a woman? Who is a child? Who is a boy? Who's a girl? Now, all of a sudden, you can't figure it out by biology, by what is. And I love how they changed. This is what aggravates me about the people on that extremist side is they go, well, why are you asking what's in between my legs? I didn't say that. I didn't ask you what's in between your legs. I don't understand if you're a boy or a girl. You have long hair, you have womanly features, and I just want to make sure I don't know whether or not to be attracted to you. That's 99% of the people who want to know. They want to know if they can or can't be looking at you. Okay? But
I mean, with that, just all right. Hold up. This baby shit, like 60 Minutes, one of the most heralded media and cultural institutions, is now pushing this shit on kids. They're highlighting this, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to, okay, this is tomorrow night. They're going to play this up as if this is something that everybody could do because it's going to save a life.
Well, Tim Pool makes the milquetoast fence sitter makes a great point. The older we get and our generation fades out of these higher level CEO jobs, the more this next generation becomes the CEOs, and
Yes.
they will push their narrative and what they want on it. And I'm sorry, but your child cannot be a baby. That is you. You are the parent. You're the one pushing this.
Yes.
The child doesn't know what it is.
fucking Jennings. Look up into Jazz
Oh
Jennings.
my God. Oh,
This
my-
shit was 20 fucking years ago that her mother pushed her into that situation. Now, I will give her respect and say her because that's what she wants to be.
Not
It's
anymore.
never been her fault. And now she's like, my whole life has been a fucking lie. What am I? She's having an existential crisis because she's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. And that was pushed on her because of her mother. These children, you're sitting there trying to tell me that a child at birth knows their gender identity? Seriously? Because
This
it
is-
takes months before a child can actually discern what they are even looking at, because when they open their eyes, it's all a black and white blur. But yet they
Listen.
somehow know their gender identity.
I'm gonna have to stop you there, sir, because you're just giving the left more power for pro-choice. You're absolutely right. And the Jazz dude, please, I implore everybody to please look up Jazz Jennings clips on YouTube. There is a clip of the mother saying this on television. She says, "There's some nights I want to wake Jazz up and force the dilator inside of her." This is
All
a
because
mother.
we spent thousands of dollars making her a trans person. And that child had no control over it. From 2 years old, before that person was self-aware to look in the mirror and say, hey, that reflection is me. That shit was forced on Jazz.
Before she even knew who she was. And now, like you said, she's having an existential crisis. And God forbid she does something stupid, it's gonna be everybody else's fault. It's going to be everybody else's. It's the right-wing politicians making these 400 laws that, once again, I love how they say that people who follow Trump are sheep, yet they just keep continually pushing out the same speaking points, the same narrative. 400 laws. Have you looked into the laws? Did you see what the law said? Oh, Tennessee was Tennessee's fault for passing these laws. The words transgender child should never come out of a fucking person's mouth, and I don't care. I don't care. A transgender child should not. I mean, I just mush-mouthed it, but transgender child should never come out of a person's fucking mouth. I don't care.
64 to 95%, and I guarantee you that range will fucking shrink in time. 64 to 95% of all children that grow up experiencing gender dysphoria grow out of it. That means that 6% that is left go on to be people like Blair White. I know we bring her up a lot. I know that's like a right-wing person to discuss. Buck Angel.
Nicole Powers.
Yes. They go on to, they don't want to be in that situation. They don't want to be there. The only reason we throw out these names is because they put themselves in that situation. They're the people that we can actually talk about because they're outspoken. Most of these people who go through gender dysphoria throughout their life don't even want anybody to know. And it's not because it's a stigma. It's because something they deal with themselves. It's their own fight. But yet, because of all this shit, we have put this front row and everybody's talking about it. And now all these people who go through this feel alienated by the people who play it up, like Dylan Mulvaney. By the people on TikTok who just because they want to feel a certain way or get likes or views or whatever. These people are taking front stage and they ain't even what they say they are. And yet this is pushed into your child's brain. So your child wants to cut their nuts off because they like to play with a Barbie instead of a G.I. Joe. Or just like I did as a kid, wear your mother's high heels.
I did that too. There's a picture of me in them.
Yeah, I got them. Have your sister just like dress you up and put makeup on you because you're having fun with your sister. Now you're transgender.
You mean this person right here? Hold on, let me see if I can.
Kiss me. Why will nobody kiss me? Dylan Mulvaney. Yeah, oh my God.
Why will nobody kiss me? Dylan Mulvaney, man to girl transition, has won her TikTok fame, riches, and allies in the White House, but left her lonely and undateable.
Maybe because you're not a fucking woman and you're spitting in the face of every fucking woman, pretending to be a woman because you're playing a fucking character that you've dug so deep into you can't get your ass out now.
Yeah. Because that's what you want, right? That's
Jason
what.
says this is child abuse and the parents should be in prison. Jazz Jennings was groomed. Simple as that. As morbid as it sounds, it would not be surprising, if at all, if he ended up being the next Dexter, David Reimer.
I don't know
Oh
who
yeah, yeah, he was a serial killer dude. Yeah,
but this is what he does. I don't even know it. This is what it does because look, it's talked about being a girl for X amount of days. A girl, not a woman, because Dylan Mulvaney is not a under 18-year-old.
Just not too long ago, 365 days of being a girl. Now, mind you, I will say this every time Dylan Mulvaney is brought up. Mind you, when this shit fucking started, this son of a bitch said, I identify as a girl, not as a woman, but as a girl, because I never had the chance to grow up as a female. Now, this son of a bitch also said that I have a sleepover bag that I have bought. I'm ready to be invited to sleepovers for other little girls. Deleted videos that you can't find on TikTok. I wish to God I would have saved that shit. And I will take that to the fucking grave. I guarantee you somebody out there save those fucking videos. This motherfucker wants to be invited to a kid's little sleepover party not too long after starting their transition to know what it feels like to be a young child.
I built Neverland. Never, never.
Guys, this is look. There is a saying in a movie. What is it? I think it's Undefeated. It's a Jet Li movie. The saying is, "Get them while they're young, and the possibilities are endless." Okay, and it rings true for all of that. If you take a child at a young age, take them from everything that would be considered normal socially or whatever, you can make them to be whatever the fuck you want them to be. Whether it be a monster, whether it be another fucking Gandhi, you can make them whoever they want to be because of their raising. And this is how we are raising our children now, to believe that this is okay from birth, mind you. Remember that whole what was that the gay choir thing? We're coming for your kids. You remember
yeah.
that? That was not too long ago.
Yeah, I think we played that on one of our first shows.
If they cannot kill them in the womb from birth, they will convince them to cut off their body parts. If they cannot do that, as Nashville has shown, they will unalive them. Take that into perspective.
Well, if they can't get them in the womb, they will turn them into something that will eventually do that. or they will get rid of them, or they will make it so that way they can't procreate. They are trying to make your kids sterile. By the way, I was just on the main page of the Daily Mail to try to see, and at least 1 dead, 3 hospitalized after gunman opens fire at Trader Joe's parking lot in California. 2 suspects in custody after massive manhunt.
Show that.
Okay, hold on.
When did this happen?
It seems like 8 comments. I don't see a time on this. Let's see. If I click it. 7:49. Hate these pop-ups.
Okay, so this is today.
Yeah.
Trader Joe shooting suspect and female getaway driver surrendered following massive manhunt after one person was gunned down and 3 other hospitalized in California parking lot. Okay, so what is
I got a question. I got a question.
What?
Does California have any gun laws?
Amazing amount of gun laws, yes.
Oh, okay. Does California have red flag laws?
I believe so.
Okay. So does California have an assault weapon ban?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just asking. Just questions.
But if a woman and man are, I mean, is this?
Oh, sorry. Custody after a gunman opened fire in a busy parking lot outside of California Trader Joe's, leaving at least 1 dead and 3 injured. Police said the man called a friend to pick him up after reportedly fleeing the scene, ditching his car, and hiding under a tree while he waited for them. Who hides under a tree? Are you a fucking leprechaun?
How the fuck do you hide under a tree? I can understand a bush. This motherfucker was sitting in a park, like taking a nap. Is that a thing?
he just pretended to be a homeless guy sleeping. The man is believed to have jumped into a red Corolla being driven by a woman before at least 5 police vehicles created a barricade and stopped the pair. Is that it?
But yeah, I guess you
Ariel-
were talking about that because of the gun laws or something. Or?
No, I was trying to find something to see if I could find the Dylan Mulvaney thing, because I'm pretty sure the Daily Mail reported on it, and I was going to the Daily Mail to search, but I couldn't find their search thing, and that was the first thing that popped up, and I was just like, so yeah, no.
But yeah, red flag laws work, ladies and gentlemen. Banning
Wait.
all guns is going to work, ladies and gentlemen.
I see why this is being reported.
What?
I
Back up again. What's up?
I see why. Look at that. Oh, that's the right skin color. So is that.
White. Okay. I get it. I get it.
That's why it's being reported. And you ever notice that? Oh,
not to mention it's a woman now. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I do want to, before we roll off into the Rumble only exclusive, I do want to point this out. And I'm going to say this until y'all figure this the fuck out. Okay. Ladies, this third wave feminism shit, let's take this all into account here. You demonize straight white men because they're the bane of your existence. They hold you back. They oppress you and everything. You tell them they can't speak. Okay. They need to listen to you. Okay. We started listening. And then the Roe versus Wade thing happened. You tell us no uterus, no opinion. Okay. We sat back. We listened. After that gets overturned, then you tell straight white men that you need to fight with you. Hold up. You told us no uterus, no opinion. Well, if you're not going to stand with us, you're not a fucking man. You're a piece of shit. Okay. Hold up. We're kind of lost in this situation because you said we can't have an opinion on any of this. Well, this transgender shit comes along. Now men can be women. And that's heralded. straight white men were the ones that were saying, especially in this country, straight white men were the ones in this country that were saying, hold up. Men can't be women. They can't get pregnant. Women can't be men. There's a problem with that. Why the fuck are you letting naked men in your spaces? And you demonized us for that. You called us bigots for that. You went after every bit of us for that. And now you're telling us that men need to stand up for you again. Now, I will take up this fucking banner for everybody that I know, everybody that I care about, every single child out there, because they have never made these mistakes. They have yet to live out their lives. But I'm not taking it up because you want me to. I'm taking it up for those fucking children. You have created the patriarchy you said you fought against for so damn long that now your Handmaid's Tale was your own creation. They are taking everything from you simply because, well, you heralded men trying to be women. You held it up like that was something to fucking do, like it was a win for you as they systematically took everything from you and continue to do so. You created your own patriarchy. You created your own Handmaid's Tale. And the only reason I'm standing the fuck up and I'm saying something is because the next generation, these little kids that are born, these little kids that died in Nashville, don't deserve it. They never made that fucking choice for themselves. Plain and simple. Before we go to Rumble, Davey, keep it nice.
I'm always nice.
Really?
I try to be.
But do you have anything else?
No, just my you can follow us at Business Party Podcast on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. It's Scott_Craiglow and Midwest Troublemaker. And on our Instagrams, you can find our link tree to all of our stuff. You can find it on my Midwest Troublemaker. I think Scotty has it on the Business Party Podcast, where you can find all the links to everything like that. We have merch. That's our shirt. If you can't really see it because it's kind of blurry, it has our, there we go. It says "Don't be a mainstream minion," and it's got 2 astronauts, and those are me and Scott. And there's an AK-47 with a heart, and then us.
That is
and then
a cool ass design.
And then on the other side is the front, and it's got our logo on the left breast. But yeah, so hit us up if you'd like one. I mean, they're extra soft, they're extra comfortable, they fit the size. But yeah, so we're selling those to try to make money for some more stuff. We have some more ideas. If you want to donate anything to us, it's we have a Venmo at BPN69 because it's funny. And we have a PO box. So if you want to send us anything, stickers or anything like that, because I like stickers. If you got stickers, we'll trade stickers. But yeah, it's PO Box 567, Topeka, Kansas 66605. But yeah, I mean, I love when you have me on, man. I love being with you on these things because it's very informational, and I try to get my quips in, and I appreciate it. And I hope Ashley's kids are doing fine. The
babies will make it.
Yeah, the worst part, dude, having sick kids is the worst because they can't tell you what's wrong. And as they get older, even when they tell you what's wrong, they just exaggerate. So having sick kids just like is the worst because you don't know how to, you don't know how to fix it, and they don't know how to fix whatever it is because they don't even know what they're feeling. So it's just like,
Right?
it's like, oh, just
especially having twins that
Yeah.
at the exact same time. I couldn't even imagine what that woman is going through.
because those little mother truckers have those feelings like connected to each other. So both of them, like their head will hurt or both their finger will hurt. So yeah, no, I couldn't even. Yeah, having one was strange. Having two at the same time, And more power to her. So, but I know,
I'm always
she'll take
impressed
care.
with Ashley. I
She'll take
really
great
am.
care of those kids. So, but yeah, that's about it. Like I said, we're going to Rumble, and yeah, I have some stuff to say there about this person and the indoctrination of children, what they're doing. So you think me a few minutes ago was angry? I might break this table. I try not
We're
to.
gonna have to walk each other back from the ledge here.
I know, but I think if we see each other
I'm
getting
sorry,
there,
Ashley.
I think if we see each other kind of like, whoa, hey man, it'll probably try to prevent us from going off totally. But yeah, I mean, it's something I'm passionate about because being a father, or just being a human being, um, you feel, and like I said, I've said this before. Like I used to be before I had my daughter, I would kick a kid in the head. I wouldn't care. After my daughter, I was crying at like Up, or after, like I'm gonna get emotional right now just thinking of the Wiggles, because my kid used to watch that all the time, and like that was such an innocent time in her life, and now she's out here telling stories about how some of her interludes she's had with her boyfriend on, she's been telling them on a camera. She's like, "Hey, Dad, you want to see about the first time we did it?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to hear the story." But my child is my child, so like she thinks making somebody uncomfortable is hilarious because I do the same thing. So she's like, "Hey, Dad, watch this video," and it was like, "Yeah, no." She's like, "Yeah, I took his virginity in a Sears changing room," and I'm like, "Really, dude? Really? This is what you have to show your dad?" She's like, "Yeah, it's funny, right?" I'm like, "Fucking." Oh God, there was no DNA test needed. That is my child.
Are you sure she doesn't have balls?
She's got some fucking giant cojones. I'm telling, dude. It was funny because she was telling my wife the other day that I was the only one who taught her gun safety, and her mother hated that I did it. And her stepdad's a cop, and he never taught her gun safety. And I had to go and buy stuff for my Glock, and I went and bought those little rubber bullets, and I made her unload the Glock multiple times, and I made sure she could take it apart and everything like that. And she was like 8. She was 8.
Yes. Okay, you were doing well.
Yeah.
All right, ladies
All
and
right.
gentlemen, here is fuck. What is it? Make sure
fuck.
I've copied this one. Here is fuck. Yes. Here is the Rumble link right there. We are going to go into this Nashville situation and let y'all know what's really happening as far as we can understand, as far as we can get a picture. Y'all are not going to want to miss this. I do not want to say much about this because YouTube has a hard on for this kind of shit right now. So switch on over to Rumble, and we will be back here in just a few seconds.